So today we're going to talk about creating a SharePoint list, and this is part of this booklet right here, Capture Meeting Notes into SharePoint using Power Apps. So if you want the entire content, just Google this Lush plus this number here and you're going to find it. You can also go out right here to Gumroad, and some of these books are available out on Barnes and Noble and such, but the reference is SBS right here. This is a reference code. All right, so today we're going to talk about, and you can see there's a big table of contents here. So I suggest you download the book. The book is $2.99. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's a PDF file, but it'll help keep you organized as you're building out your application. But if not, view this video and you'll find all of the information in the book right here in the video. So what are we doing? We're building a simple application that just collects notes for us, allows us to add new notes. There's no frills to this, just a very simple application that you can run on your cell phone. So the first thing we need to do is create the list. And again, download or pause the video to read through this data. Download the book, you can read through some of the details. But let's go ahead and jump right into the content on creating a new list. So it's important to understand that there are lists within Office 365, and they show up in both Office 365. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So if you go up here, let me get down there. All right. So they show up here in Office 365 as lists, but you can also see lists and create lists in SharePoint. So not in the document that I have. I go directly to lists, but I just wanted to highlight here in the video that you can put the lists right here as well and create them within a SharePoint site. So for example, if I go to personal and I select personal, notice here that all of my lists are right here. And in fact, the list that I'm working on with this video is right here, flow notes. Okay, I can go to new and click on list. But we're not going to do that. In this video, we're going to use the lists applet, which puts it inside there as well. And you can see flow notes is right here in my list. So let's go ahead and click on a new list, and you will select blank list. So here we are. You can follow, remember in the book, you can just follow the screens. You don't even have to read. One, click list, click new list, click blank list. And then we're going to add the list here, and we're going to name it flow notes. We can change the color. That's why A and B are optional. And then we're going to add it to a SharePoint list and hit create. Let's go over this section inside the actual app. So if we say blank list, I'm just going to put whatever in there right now. Again, for this applet that we're building, you want to use this one, flow notes. It'll make your life a lot easier. But here we're just going to put in this, and we can choose anything we want. Okay, pretty easy. Now here's the gotcha. Make sure when you create the list that you're not creating it under my lists. When you need to create it inside of a site. Now I use personal usually, but I'll put it in these other sites as well. So what's the advantage and disadvantage? Well, let's say, for example, that I have company X here, and those users are already assigned. There's a specific set of users that are assigned to company X. Well, the data that I'm creating for these meeting notes, that's the application we're developing. Of course, you could take it any direction you like. But let's say that those meeting notes are specific only to company X. You don't want McKay or this company X or ServiceNow consultants. You want them to see it. So you can put it in here. I put it usually in personal. So you select it, and then notice here it says personal, show in site navigation. And when we look back here, this is the site navigation that it's showing it. If I click on that, it's going to show me the list. And here it is right here. Now, what's interesting here is that because I put it in personal, I can then go and share this. Where is it? Oops. I can share this list with anybody that I choose, but it's still within my environment. So I'm controlling everything about the environment. So a little more kind of behind the scenes on why we're doing this. I put some of that inside of here, but this is just a little more detail for you. So create the list in personal, easy peasy. Now we need to add the columns. So let's go ahead and take a look at adding columns. So we've got the list in here. I'm going to reduce this down. Okay. And we want to add columns. We're going to click on this guy right here. And we're going to say list settings. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and go in there. Now let's just do this list. And we're going to put here delete. Okay. And we'll put some random stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and follow this through and delete it. And I want to show you that there's different ways to add information. Okay. So here, if you notice when we click on here, notice all of these options because we're in SharePoint itself. Now, ironically, this says it's in lists, but it's actually, when we look at it, it's going to show up over here as well. It's going to show up here somewhere. Okay, so that data is going to be there. But let's go ahead and look at this options here. When we click on here, notice here that we only have 2 options. Why? Because we have multiple options here because we're inside of SharePoint. We can go to different settings, site permissions, and things. Here we're just literally got a kind of a pared down version of the list. So we're going to hit list settings. Now, for some of you, you may ask, well, hey, why don't I just add column? You can do this. You can take the column that you want, hit next. But if you notice here, watch, we're going to hit next. And even when we hit more options, you see how our options tend to be a little limited. Let's take a look and see the way I like to do it, which is click on list settings and then go down here to where it says create a column. So you can see the columns that you have right here. These are all the defaults. And I'm going to create a column. I'm going to click on create a column. And then I'm just going to add in notes, okay, as my column. Now, I want this to be, notice here that I have a lot of options here. And when I select on a different option, it's going to change that. I don't know if you caught that, but it changed it. Now, when I do that, just adding the column to the list, I don't get all of these options. And when you look at the other choices that you have in columns, you have a lot of choices that you can pick options to. So I always like to just have multiple options available to me. So I'm just going to click notes. It's good. Now I click on plain text. The reason why is when you do enhanced text, I wish I had an example. When you use Power Automate or start moving this into reporting that you're going to put in columns and send as an email, you're going to find foreign characters, HTML code, basically XML code, in front of and behind your text. And it's going to make your report look bad. So I always just use plain text. I don't need to put a bunch of rich text and pictures and hyper. I don't need to do that. So it's just simple. When I get done, I just hit OK. Now let's say that this is the only one that I'm adding. Notice here it added it right here, multiple lines. Okay. And I'm just going to click on this right here to go back to the list. Now you're going to notice it right there. So I have title and notes within my list. Let's expand this back out so I can catch it easy. And then this is what the book says, right? List settings, create the column. Okay. We created a yes, no column. You can do that as well if you want. Okay. And then we create another column. And this is the notes column that we created. Notice here, I highlight plain text, multiple lines of text, and then you hit OK. And then it's important here that you just write this down somewhere because we're going to use this in later parts of the book. So just know the name, action, notes, title. These are the ones that we're going to use. And then these are subcategories we're going to use for sorting at a later time. Okay. So the next video, we go into create the Power App application. Tune in for that video. Thanks.